What do you think is the primary focus of the GOP going into 2022? What should it be opposed to what it is it?
Oh, wow. That's a tough question because there's a lot of things that should be. I think Republicans really need to recognize the people they represent. Okay, their voters, not the lobbyist donors, not the corporate PACs, not those people. That's not who the Republican Party should represent. We need to be the party of nationalism, and I'm a Christian, and I say it proudly. We should be Christian nationalists. And when Republicans learn to represent most of the people that vote for them, then we will be the party that continues to grow without having to chase down certain identities or chase down, certain segments of people. We just need to represent Americans, and most Americans, no matter how they vote, really care about the same things.
Okay, so to be clear, the right wing, on the one hand, against identity politics when it's certain identities. She's certain identity. Now, of course, she's supposed to be bold and brave. She's an alpha female on the right. She's not going to tell you which identities she thinks they're wasting time trying to track down. But certain identities we don't want to, because that would be identity politics, and that they're against. Instead, they should be Christian nationalists, which seems kind of like an identity to me. Those are the good Americans. Those are just Americans. Everyone else, presumably not Americans. Waste of time. Stop trying to get them to vote for you. But Christian nationalists, and I can hear the white. She won't say the white right there, but we know who she hangs out with, Francesca. She's being honest, to her credit. That is more open and honest about what most of them want their party to be than most of them are willing to say.
Yeah, and it's funny because you're like, oh, good job, girl, because y'all are doing that. You did it, yay. Remember when the RNC issued a memo that was like, God, we really need to reach out to Black and Latino voters, and the fastest growing bloc in the United States is Asian Americans. We really don't have a platform that reaches out to them. Hey, maybe post Romney's loss, we should pivot and just sort of embrace and understand that we have a very diverse country. And then they just did it. And then they were like, nah, what if we just double down on white nationalism? We like that, we like it. And yeah, that's how you got Trump. And amazing, it's actually not, honestly, surprisingly, worked out pretty well when you just take away the dog whistle and they're just saying the quiet part out loud. I do think that it is interesting that Christian nationalism, which is what we've all been saying, is now something she's saying, and also sounds a lot like, I don't know, like a nationalist, like a national socialist party. I don't know.
Well, not
of course,
socialist.
Not socialist.
But to be fair, neither were they.
Neither were they. But he had the right ideas, except for that socialist stuff. But I guess once you don't have the other identities to worry about, I would be for socialism, right? And that's all he wanted to do, Mr. Adolf, and worked out okay. That is the natural conclusion. I'm sorry, that is right-wing populism. It's, oh yeah, we want universal health care, but not for people of color.
Oh, definitely. No. If we were if I was the tannest person in America, everybody would be getting stuff for free, handed out and all that. That much is clear. And look, obviously Francesca is going way too far, and it's a shame that she would do that. But let's be clear. Who's not included in Christian nationalists? So we can opine that she means don't waste time trying to get Black voters, Latinx voters, anything like that, LGBT, whatever. But who's definitely not a part of Christian nationalism? Non-Christians. And I get that me as an atheist, she doesn't care if someone like me is left out. But don't they ostensibly want Jewish Americans to vote for them? They say that they want that.
No.
Let alone, there's lots of other religions that maybe they don't talk about as much, but in theory, they want them to vote. No, she explicitly wants Jewish Americans pushed out of the Republican Big Ten. And that's not really news, I guess. We know that she's said many deeply anti-Semitic things, but her name isn't Ilhan Omar, so it'll almost never make news.
Yep.
But this seems pretty big that she wants, by definition, for them to not be included.
Well, they can be included, but a third of them can assimilate and convert to Christianity and when the rapture happens, and then 2/3 of them will die. And so that, we like them for strategic purposes for Israel. But that's the follow-up. I mean, it's just so funny. You're like, so yeah, do Jewish Americans play a role in the Republican Party?
I guess not.
I mean, I literally wonder what her answer would be.
Yeah, love it. Anyway, super fast. She's like, we should be doing blah, blah, blah. We shouldn't be like Cowtown and lobbyists. I brought her up on Open Secrets. She raises tons of money from lobbyists. It's all right-wing populism. It's such a lie. How do people not get that?
Such a lie.
Finance, manufacturing, lawyers, air transport, education, special trade contractors, automotive, construction services, business services, crop production and basic processing. She accepts money from all of it. From individuals, from the PACs.
CrossFit.
And also the CrossFitters and probably some NFTs. Anyway, yeah, that's your Marjorie Greene. She said a bunch of other stuff, but I can only take so much on a Monday. So that's where we're gonna have to leave it for her, the Christian nationalism.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.